All right, let's just jump right in. Because if you're in the aesthetics industry right now, you are sitting on an absolute gold rush. I mean, the opportunity for med spas has never, ever been bigger. But there's this weird paradox, this catch, at the very heart of all this growth that's keeping so many amazing clinics completely stuck. Just look at this number for a second. $78 billion. That's not a typo. That's how big the medical spa market is projected to be by 2033. This isn't just a little bit of growth. It's a full-blown explosion. All thanks to incredible new tech and a huge cultural shift towards wellness and what they're calling prejuvenation.
And this chart really shows you the insane trajectory we're on. The market is going to nearly quadruple in less than 10 years. And why is that? Well, it's because younger generations, we're talking Gen Z, millennials, they don't see aesthetic services as some crazy luxury anymore. For them, it's just routine self-care. They are creating this massive, endless pipeline of clients for absolutely everything.
But here's where we get to that paradox. All of that interest, all the money you're spending on marketing to catch this wave, it actually creates a brand new problem, a bottleneck that just quietly strangles your growth. Right at the moment, it should be taking off.
This quote, man, it just cuts right to the heart of it all. You can have thousands of Instagram followers. You can have dozens of DMs flooding in every single day. But if that interest doesn't actually turn into a client sitting in your chair, it's just noise. It's a vanity metric that absolutely does not pay the bills.
And that brings us to the most important number of all, 5 minutes. All the research shows that if you don't get back to a new lead within 5 minutes, your chance of ever booking them just plummets. I mean, think about it. That spark of inspiration they had at 11 p.m. when they sent you that DM, it's totally gone by lunch the next day. They've already moved on and booked with your competitor down the street who answered them right away. So this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? When your team is in the treatment room, giving a client that amazing 5-star experience they deserve, who is managing the digital front door? Who is grabbing that next high-value lead that just messaged you? If the answer is, nobody, or, well, someone will get to it later, you have a massive leak in your revenue bucket. We call this the leaky bucket syndrome. You're spending all this money on marketing to fill the bucket up with leads, but they're just draining right out through these holes of missed calls and DMs that you answered way too late. And when you think about the fact that the lifetime value of just one aesthetics client can be thousands and thousands of dollars, these aren't small leaks. It's a constant, steady drain on your future. This is not a lead generation problem. It's a lead management crisis. And just think about the impossible job we give our front desk staff. They have to be this warm, welcoming host, a telephone operator, a social media manager, and an admin coordinator, all at the same time. So when they're focused on the client standing right in front of them, what do you think is the first ball that gets dropped? It's always lead follow-up, every single time.
And the real cost of this is just staggering. It's not just the thousands in lost revenue every month from clients who went somewhere else. It's the burnout that leads to your best people quitting, which throws your whole operation into chaos. And, on top of all that, it's the huge legal risks you're running with scattered, inconsistent patient forms and documentation.
Now, I want to be really clear about this. Your staff are not failing you. They're probably working incredibly hard. The system is failing. You just can't expect one person or even a small team to manage both a 5-star in-person experience and a 24/7 digital front door. It's just not possible. It's time for a new system.
And that new system is built around a totally new role, the specialized med spa virtual assistant. Look, this is not just some generic admin. This is a remote professional who basically becomes your clinic's growth engine, someone who's already trained in all the specific lingo and, crucially, the compliance needs of the aesthetics world.
Let's just break down the numbers, okay? An in-house person is going to cost you $20, maybe $30 an hour, plus benefits, and their focus is always split a dozen different ways. A specialized VA? They cost around $8 an hour. But here's the kicker. Their focus is 100% dedicated to lead conversion and your admin workflow. Oh, and they can provide coverage way outside of your normal 9 to 5. And here's what that workflow actually looks like. A VA systematically plugs every single leak in that bucket. They're the ones providing that instant 5-minute response to new leads. They handle all the annoying back and forth to get consultations booked, they manage all the post-treatment follow-ups, and they can even run campaigns to bring back old clients you haven't seen in a while. And these are true specialists. They actually know the difference between a neuromodulator and a biostimulator. They work right inside your existing HIPAA-compliant software, whatever you use. They can manage all the financing applications and even respond to your Google and Yelp reviews to protect your reputation online. They are, quite literally, a seamless extension of your practice.
So, the big question is, does this stuff actually work? Well, let's look at a real-world example. We'll call them MedSpot Texas. They were a great clinic, fantastic reputation, but they were literally drowning in leads. They just couldn't get to fast enough.
Their challenge was that classic leaky bucket we talked about. Their response times were dragging into hours, not minutes. The team was completely maxed out, and they just knew they were losing high-value clients every single day. Their marketing was working great, but their operations just couldn't keep up with it.
Now look at this. This is the impact of bringing in a specialized VA. In just 3 months, their lead conversion rate didn't just go up, it quadrupled, from 20% to 80%. Their monthly profit from new leads went from about $12,000 to $48,000. And this wasn't about finding more leads, it was about finally capturing the ones they already had.
But it's not just about new leads, right? It's also about keeping the amazing clients you've already worked so hard to get. So let's take a look at another one, MedSpa Colorado, who was really struggling with patient churn.
Their team was just so focused on getting new people in the door that they had no system, no process for taking care of their existing client base. Follow-up was totally spotty, rebooking reminders just weren't happening, and their loyal clients were slowly drifting away.
So, by dedicating a virtual assistant to manage that re-engagement pipeline, they saw a 25% jump in repeat business. That's stable, predictable, recurring revenue. That's the stuff that builds a truly scalable practice. I mean, the VA basically paid for themselves just by rebooking a few Botox clients every month.
You know, this all really boils down to a mindset shift. Too many owners are trapped in the busy trap. They're stuck in the day-to-day grind, being the chief bottleneck instead of being the chief visionary. Putting a system like this in place is what finally allows you to step out of the weeds and actually focus on growing the business.
Because believe me, the future of this industry is moving incredibly fast. We're talking about AI skin analysis, regenerative treatments with exosomes and PRF, a whole new way of prejuvenation. And the only way you're going to be able to jump on those trends is if you have your operational engine running so smoothly that you actually have the freedom to innovate.
So if you're tired of watching your marketing dollars just leak out the door and you're ready to build a system that can actually scale with your ambition, it's time for a change. Let your team do what they do best, delivering incredible results for your clients. Let a specialized virtual team perfect the workflow that turns all that interest into actual income. Visit virtualnextgen.com to find out more.